What if I told you that a woman who seems to have it all, stunning beauty, talent, and undeniable success, has also been labeled the world's most indecent woman? Intrigued? You should be. Catherine Bell, at 56, continues to spark conversations that go beyond her iconic roles. But why such a controversial label? Is it because of her unapologetic confidence, her bold choices, or perhaps something even more unexpected? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the truth behind this provocative title, but you'll also gain a perspective on Catherine Bell that challenges everything you thought you knew about fame, individuality, and living life on your terms. And trust me, the twist we'll uncover at the end will change how you see her forever. Keep watching, you don't want to miss what makes her story so polarizing and why her name still leaves people in awe. The answer might just surprise you. Catherine Bell wasn't always the Hollywood star who commanded attention with her fearless attitude and groundbreaking roles. In fact, her story started far from the glitz and glamour of red carpets. Born in London and raised in Los Angeles, Catherine's childhood was a mix of two cultures: a British-born mother and Iranian roots, shaping her into someone who always stood out. But here's the kicker: Catherine didn't even plan on becoming an actress. As a young woman, she had her sights set on something completely different: biomedical engineering. That's right, she was on track to pursue a career in science. But life had a way of pulling her in an entirely different direction. And here's where things get interesting. Imagine the kind of determination it takes to leave behind a safe, stable career path to chase something as uncertain as acting. For Catherine, it wasn't just about taking a risk, it was about following a calling she couldn't ignore. She stepped into the spotlight and almost immediately began catching people's attention. But here's where her story starts to take an unexpected turn. Catherine wasn't just another actress trying to fit the mold of what Hollywood wanted. From day one, she carried an energy, a presence that made it clear she wasn't here to play by the rules. This is the part of her life that most people overlook. But it's where her unapologetic individuality started to shine through. By choosing roles that reflected strength and intelligence, like her career-defining part as Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Mackenzie in JOG, Catherine set herself apart. She wasn't just playing a character, she was showing the world that women could be commanding, brilliant, and still captivating. But even then, there was something deeper brewing, something that would later earn her that controversial Indecent label. Keep watching, because in the next section, we'll unpack what it was about Catherine's rise to fame that had people either celebrating her or labeling her in ways you'd never expect. And here's a hint: it wasn't just about what she did on screen, it was also about how she chose to live off of it. As Catherine Bell's career took off, it wasn't just her acting talent that made waves, it was her fearless approach to being herself. On screen, she became a household name for her role as the sharp and confident Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Mackenzie in JOG. Fans loved her for portraying a woman who was powerful, intelligent, and unapologetically in charge. But what truly cemented her stardom was her role as Cassie Nightingale in The Good Witch. In this role, she brought a touch of magic and warmth that audiences couldn't get enough of. But with fame came scrutiny. Catherine didn't just turn heads for her performances, she also became the center of conversations for how she lived her life. And here's where things get complicated. While many admired her boldness, some labeled her as indecent. But what does that really mean? Was it her daring fashion choices, her confidence in breaking stereotypes, or simply the fact that she refused to conform to society's expectations of how a woman, especially one in the public eye, should behave? Catherine's unapologetic personality started to draw sharp contrasts in public opinion. Headlines would praise her one day and criticize her the next. While some saw her as a trailblazer who defied norms, others thought her approach was too bold, too unconventional. And this wasn't just about her career, it extended into her personal life. At times, Catherine was criticized for living on her own terms, openly embracing aspects of herself that many in Hollywood keep hidden. But instead of bending to the pressure, she leaned into her individuality. Every public appearance, every candid moment, every choice she made seemed to carry a message. She wasn't here to please everyone, and she was okay with that. What makes Catherine so fascinating isn't just the controversy, it's how she transformed this label into a badge of honor. The world tried to define her, but she refused to be put in a box. And at 56, she's still proving that being indecent might just mean being unstoppable. But that's only part of the story. What's truly remarkable is what Catherine has been doing outside of the spotlight, far from the controversies and the critics. In the next section, we'll reveal the hidden side of her life, one that proves she's more than just her bold image. Trust me, This is the side of Catherine Bell that few people know about, and it will leave you with a whole new perspective on her legacy. For all the attention Catherine Bell has drawn in the public eye, there's a side of her life that rarely makes headlines. Behind the dazzling red carpet appearances and the bold choices that fuel conversations, she's deeply grounded and fiercely protective of her personal world. And this part of her story might surprise you. Did you know that Catherine is a dedicated mother who values her family above everything else? She's spoken about how her children are her greatest priority, even as she balances the demands of a high-profile career. While the media often focuses on her glamour and controversies, Catherine has quietly nurtured a private life filled with love, intention, and humility. And it doesn't stop there. Catherine is also deeply committed to philanthropy, contributing to causes close to her heart. From supporting charities that promote health and wellness to advocating for social causes, she's used her platform to make a meaningful impact. Yet she rarely seeks recognition for these efforts. It's a side of her that contrasts sharply with the public's perception of her as indecent or controversial. But here's where things get even more interesting. Despite her fame, Catherine has drawn a clear line between what she shares with the world and what she keeps for herself. It's a rare move in an age where celebrities are often expected to put their entire lives on display. By valuing her privacy, she's shown that it's possible to live authentically without giving everything away. And isn't that the ultimate paradox? While some call her indecent for being bold and unapologetic, others see her as a role model for living with integrity and staying true to her values. It's this duality, her public confidence and private humility, that makes Catherine Bell such a fascinating figure. But here's the real question: how does someone balance a life of constant scrutiny with such grace? In the final section, we'll uncover what's next for Catherine Bell, and why she's proving that her best chapters are yet to come. You won't want to miss the conclusion, because it ties everything together and reveals a powerful truth about living boldly and authentically. At 56, Catherine Bell isn't slowing down. In fact, she's doing the opposite. Whether it's her career, her personal growth, or the way she challenges stereotypes, Catherine is proof that age is just a number. But what's truly remarkable is how she continues to inspire people to live on their own terms, even in the face of criticism. Her recent appearances and social media updates show a woman who is thriving. Fans have noticed that Catherine radiates confidence and energy, as if she's entering a new chapter of her life. But there's still so much we don't know. What new projects is she working on? What personal goals is she setting? Catherine has always been full of surprises, and one thing is clear: she's far from done making an impact. And that brings us back to the label of the world's most indecent woman. What does it really mean? Perhaps it's not about indecency at all. Maybe it's about being fearless, about refusing to fit into the roles society tries to force on women, especially women in Hollywood. Catherine Bell has redefined what it means to age, to succeed, and to live unapologetically. Here's where it gets interesting for you. Think about the way the world tries to box people in. How often are we told to stay in line, to follow the rules, to act our age? Catherine's story is a reminder that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. So here's your challenge: take a moment to reflect on what indecent means to you. Is it something to fear, or is it a sign that you're living boldly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation isn't just about Catherine, it's about all of us. If you found her story as inspiring as I did, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's ready to break free from expectations and embrace what makes them unique. After all, isn't that what life's about, being unapologetically yourself? Thanks for watching. And remember, Catherine Bell at 56 is proof that living life on your terms isn't just possible, it's powerful. What will you do with that power?